What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Home Built Workshop. Today we're talking window screens. Have you guys ever had this problem?
Dad! How many times do I have to tell you? Stop pushing on the darn screen! You're gonna ruin it!
No worries if you have, because it's easy to fix. I'm going to show you how to do it. Stick around. So the very first thing you're going to need to do is to remove the screen from your screen door. Now, different screen doors can have different procedures. You're going to have to try to look up the procedure for removing yours if you're not really sure how it comes out. Most likely you'll have to remove some sort of a storm window, and then you can remove the frame. Then you need to pull the old screen out of the frame. Now, Haley already helped me out with this one before we even had it out of the door.
Here!
Well, we don't have to pull that out now. Now, look at this. She just yanked it out of there. A lot of times you just pull the old screen out, the spline will come out of the groove, and you'll be ready to put the new one back in. Now, this is really a simple process that's not really hard, so don't be at all intimidated by the whole process. It's not difficult, and I know that you can do it. There is only a few things you're going to need to get this done. You're going to need a tool for rolling in the spline, and also you're going to need some replacement spline as well as some replacement window screen. Now, when you're at the store looking for spline, it could get a little bit confusing because there are different sizes, and how the heck do you know which one you're going to need? So all the way around the screen there is this little channel. That is where the spline gets pressed down in. So we need to figure out basically the size of that channel, and that's going to help us determine what size spline we need. So the best way that I've found to measure this channel is really just using calipers. Now, if you had a ruler that goes down to maybe 1/16 or 32nds of an inch, you could probably get pretty close. But you want to measure the size of that channel. And for mine, I come up with 0.125 or 1/8 of an inch. So taking that number, and based on my previous experience with screens that I've replaced, as well as information that I can find online, you want to go with a spline that's about 0.015 larger than the channel. So since my channel is 125, 15 thousandths larger is going to put us at 140. I have some spline that is 0.140. That is the spline I'm going to use for this project. I've found that this spline works really well if you're just replacing it with a standard size screen. Now, if you're using a thicker, maybe an aluminum type of screen or something like that, you may need to adjust the size of your spline. But this one just had this regular kind of fiberglass window screen, and that's exactly what I'm going to replace it with. So I'm going to stick with this 140 spline. It's going to work fine. Let's get this thing in. So I've got my new screen here. The first thing I want to do is trim this down to a piece that is a little more manageable. I think I bought a roll that's way too big. That's okay, I got a few other screens I can do after this as well. I want to trim it down to where it's a little bit more manageable, but you want to make sure that you leave room all the way around, because we're going to need to stretch this into place. So don't cut it to the exact size when you first cut it down. Leave a lot of room. And really, there's no reason you couldn't put a piece of the spline in right now and just work with it if you have the space. I don't want to work with this much extra right now, so I'm just going to trim it down. I can't cut in a straight line, apparently. Apparently, it's going to be fine. So with our spline tool, typically they have two different rollers. One has kind of a notch roller. One has more of kind of a tapered roller, more like a pizza cutter. We're going to use this tapered end. It's kind of a U channel. That's what we're going to use to press that spline down in. So we're going to start out. I like to try to get the screen lined up straight as possible. It's really not going to make a ton of difference, but I like to at least start off with it as straight as I can. Now, since the screen has the mesh on there, it's pretty easy to get things lined up straight. And I'm going to press that spline down in as best I can with my fingers, just to get it started. Now we're going to grab our spline tool and slowly work that spline down into the channel. We'll trim off the excess from the end, and then I'll spin the screen around and work on the spline opposite from the one that we started on. As I'm getting the spline in place, I'm trying to make sure that the screen is fairly tight. It doesn't have to be super tight, but I'm trying to avoid any major wrinkles or loose spots. As you press the spline into place, it's going to tighten the screen, but you don't want to start off with it super loose either. There's two sides. We're halfway there. See, this is going to be done in no time. Now this side, I'm not worrying about trying to get it started. The screen's not going to go anywhere, so usually I can just roll this one in and it's not really that big a deal. It goes pretty fast. And the last side. Same deal. This time though, you may need to put a little bit of pressure to keep some tension on that if you still have wrinkles and stuff in there. I honestly don't feel any right now. I think the tension that's going to be applied when I roll in the spline, it kind of pulls it down into that channel and does add some tension. I think it's going to be okay. It's not super loose. If it was really loose at this point, then you may need to try to add some tension while you're rolling in the spline. Now, one advantage would be that if you get this all together and there are still wrinkles, or maybe the screen's too loose, something doesn't look right, until we trim this flush, you can pull that spline back out of there and basically start over. So don't worry if it doesn't come out perfect. You can just start over, try it again, and sometimes it takes a few tries. I know I have done windows before where I've had to do it a few times because for some reason I just can't quite hold the tension that I need. But I think this one's gonna work okay. But I guess that is one advantage of this kind of a spline system. Just pull it out, you can start over. Nothing's really set in stone. Once you trim everything off, you have no excess really to play with, so get it the way you want it before you trim everything off. With the last spline in place, now we just need to very carefully trim the excess screen. Be careful not to cut the spline, only remove the excess screen. If you're looking at my screen and you think it's bowed, you're right. I believe I put just a little bit too much tension on the screen when I put that final spline in place. The screen is just a little bit too tight for this thin, flimsy frame, but I believe once it's back in the door, it's going to be just fine. So bam, there it is guys, our new screen is all ready to be reinstalled on the door. Now that you've got the new screen done, keep in mind a couple of things that are going to lead to the screen failure. Obviously, pushing on the screen, if you have kids, pets, whatever, pushing on the screen, of course, that is going to shorten the life of the screen. So do what you can to avoid that, but inevitably this thing is going to happen. When it does, don't be intimidated by having to replace it, even if you've never done it. The tools are inexpensive. You can get them at your local hardware store. I'll even put links down in the video description if you need to order some things, but it's not expensive to do. It's not difficult to do, and like I already mentioned, if you have a mistake, something looks weird, just pull the spline out, start over again until you get it right. You guys can do this. Don't be afraid to give it a shot if you need to do it. Really easy. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Now, Dad, don't push on the screen, nor you who's watching the video or fixing the screen. Bye.
We got our new roll of screen here. All right, we got our new roll of screen here. The wrapper was really staticky. That was very strange. Ain't nobody got time for that. So let's take this old stuff, get rid of it. Thankfully, we don't have a ton of bugs here where I live. We don't have a lot of mosquitoes or anything like that, but right now I have no screen in the door. So depending on where you live in the country, you want to get this done because you're gonna be getting those bugs. A little wonky.